that still glows softly in my memory. My birthday. The house looked colorful and happy. There were balloons everywhere and a big cake on the table. Everything felt bright and full of celebration. All my friends were laughing, running around, playing games, and enjoying every bit of the day. Then came the best part, the gifts. I tore open the shiny ones first. One had a toy that made noise. One had a dress that sparkled beautifully. One had colors, one had stickers, one had games. And then I noticed something small, plain-looking package hiding under the big boxes, almost as if it was shy. When I opened it, it was a diary, a soft, pretty diary with empty pages full of possibilities. I wondered why it made me feel different from the rest of the presents. My mother saw my confused face and said, "Why don't you try journaling?" To me, journaling sounded like one of those mysterious words people say when they wear spectacles and drink tea without sugar. She said, "It's like writing your feelings, your thoughts, your tiny life stories." I didn't say anything out loud, but inside my mind I whispered to myself, "My feelings are too small to write, and as for the thoughts, I don't have many of those." Maybe that was my first mistake, thinking thoughts have to be big to matter. But feelings don't arrive fully formed. They arrive tiny and unfinished. I didn't know it then, but the diary was not waiting for the perfect thoughts. It was waiting for the honest ones. The party ended, but I couldn't stop thinking of fun I had with my friends and family. I didn't want it to be over. I kept wondering how could I hold on to moments and keep this day alive forever. And suddenly I remembered my mother's words, "Why don't you journal?" That night, after everyone fell asleep, I took out the diary. I touched the first page. It felt cold and smooth. The lines looked like they were waiting patiently for someone to live on them. My first line was just, "Hello diary, I don't know what to write, but I'm writing anyway." So I just scribbled anything that came into my mind. I wrote how I celebrated my birthday, who came, what made me smile, and what made the day special. The next day, another silly sentence. The day after that, 2 silly sentences. My diary looked like a place where confused words went for a morning walk. But slowly, very slowly, something changed. One day, I won a elocution competition at school. I was so happy and proud that I couldn't stop smiling. I took out the diary and just started writing. I wrote about the speech I gave. I wrote about how it felt to stand on stage. And in that single moment, my diary stopped being a book and became a door to a secret room inside me where my thoughts could sit, stretch, yawn, and finally relax. It's not that I can't talk to my parents or friends, but some thoughts feel easier to write than to say. And that's why my diary feels special. Sometimes my diary still stays closed, not because I have nothing to say, but because I don't know how to say it yet. Some pages in my diary are neat, some are messy, some have drawings instead of words. Those messy pages became my favorite ones because they are real and honest. The more flaws my pages had, the more I understood myself. Every day, people click hundreds of photos. Birthdays, picnics, holidays, smiles, perfect moments. But tell me honestly, have you ever taken a picture of yourself crying, or being scared, or sitting quietly because something hurt your heart? We don't do that. Cameras can only see our faces, not our feelings. But diary sees everything, every shade of emotion, every tiny change in your heart. Every story even I didn't know I was living. A camera captures the moment. A journal captures the meaning of the moment. Cameras ask for smiles. Diary understands tears. But when someone understands both, the happy and the heavy, you slowly stop hiding from yourself. And that is when the real growing begins. It captures the moment that no camera can click. Let me ask you something. How many tiny memories do you remember from when you were younger? The little things, the small things. Sometimes we forget the sweetest details, like the first time we tied our shoelace by ourselves, the day we learned to ride a bicycle, the day your friend saved the last piece of chocolate for you, or you were scared to speak in class but still did it. These moments fly away like soap bubbles. Beautiful, but gone too quickly. Your diary catches them, holds them, saves them. One day when I'm older, I'll open these pages and see the whole story of my childhood written by the child I used to be. Soon my diary also started collecting my dreams. Some are huge like mountains, some are tiny like pebbles. Some might change next year, some might become true one day. But all of them live safely inside those pages. The places I want to travel, the skills I want to learn, the kind of person I hope to become. One day, while watching a short video about famous people who keep diaries, I learned that many of them also write down things they are thankful for every day. The video said it helps them notice all the little good things around them and feel happier. I thought, why don't I try that too? It began simply. I wrote 5 people I wanted to thank every day. At first, my list looked like a family photo. Mom, Dad, Coco my dog, and my sister. But soon I started noticing more. The maid who helps us at home and makes our mornings easier. The farmer who grows the food that fills our plate. The sweeper who cleans our society so we can live safely and comfortably. The teachers who guide me and believe in me. The friend who makes me laugh. People who make my life brighter in small ways I never saw before. Gratitude didn't just enter my diary, but it also entered my heart. Gratitude helps us believe in our abilities, stay confident during challenges, and focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. When I wrote them, best version of ourselves, gratitude makes our hearts feel lighter, our minds calmer, and it helps us see the world in a more kinder, positive way. The more I wrote, the more I understood why so many people around the world keep journals. People like Anne Frank, who wrote her thoughts during the hardest times, or Mahatma Gandhi, who kept detailed diaries to reflect on his decisions, or even Oprah Winfrey, who says journaling changed her life. Their journal helped them find clarity in them, and mine was quietly teaching me the same. And as gratitude grew inside me, something else naturally followed. Affirmations, small sentences with big confidence. I am capable. I am learning every day. I can brave difficult moments. I choose kindness. Affirmations are like tiny reminders we give ourselves every day. When we repeat these small, powerful sentences, they grow inside us, shaping the way we think, feel, and act. When I wrote them, I felt like I was planting tiny seeds of courage inside myself. And the most magical thing, they started growing. My journal is no longer a book. It is a friend who listens without interrupting. A mirror that reflects not on my face but my feelings. A safe place where I can be honest. A treasure box where my childhood lives. A tiny teacher who shows me the meaning of the day. A soft voice telling me, I'm here, right, I won't judge you. And one day when I grow up and open these pages again, I'll meet the girl I once was. Brave, curious, silly, emotional, dreaming, learning. She will tell me stories I may forget. She will remind me of magic I may lose. She will show me the world through the eyes of the child, and that is the greatest gift I can give my future self. Tonight, if you can't sleep, just write one line. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it just has to be honest. My journal is not just a paper, it's the memory of my heart. Thank you.